Sanctuary. Welcome, welcome. My name is Sandra, and if you haven't been here before, I want to say welcome in, welcome in. We're glad to have you for this Spiritually Speaking on Sunday with Sandra. And if you've been here before, welcome back. We're glad to have you. So let's talk a little bit about what the topic of this evening is. We're going to be going over Hermetic philosophy, and we are moving on to Hermetic principle number 3, which is the principle of vibration. Okay, so if this is your first time and you haven't watched our other videos, those are on my site, My Spiritual Sanctuary YouTube channel. And if you go back to the 3 weeks ago, you'll start at the beginning, and then you'll start with the first principle and the second principle we had last week. And this week we have the third principle. So you're not too far behind. So just letting you know that it's easy to catch up. But glad you're here. And so the principle of vibration is what we're going to be talking about this evening. So that's a very interesting principle, and vibration is everywhere, and it's under the principles that everything is in vibration, everything is in movement, constant movement, okay? Everything in the universe is in a constant movement, change, and ever-flowing, ever-changing, ever-motion state at any one period in time. And that could be from our physical bodies to a chair or a couch or a piece of paper to a pen we hold in our hand or to glasses. Everything has a vibration to it. And in Feng Shui, we talk about this a lot as well. So the vibration of, let's say, a painting has a different vibration effect on you than another painting does. So it depends on the colors, the textures, and how it feels, it makes you feel, and how the molecules are stirring up emotion inside of you. And so vibration is all about the movement in the universe, and it can be very mundane to very spiritual. We can have mental vibration, emotional vibration, and spiritual vibration. Now, people will say that the ancients have said this philosophy comes from ancient Egypt. And it comes from Thoth, which is the philosopher, Hermes. And Hermes has handed this information down based on, just many lifetimes, okay? And the premise is that spirit vibrates at a much higher rate than anything that we can see in matter. It vibrates so fast in movement that it almost looks like it's not moving at all. If you can relate to a wheel that is spinning so fast that it looks like it's not moving at all. And we can equate that to the chakras as well. And if you've listened to any of my meditation videos on aligning the chakras, you know that we go in and we look and see which way are they spinning. Are they spinning to the left? Are they spinning to the right? And then we're making corrections to the spinning patterns. So therefore, we're making correction to the vibrationary pattern for that particular chakra in our body. What happens is if you read about chakras or spirit, those energetic vibrations, they send out signals to the universe through the ethers, through our ethereal body, through our energy body, and it basically sends signals out to people, places, and things around us that attract into us the same vibration of the of like versus like. You've heard of the law of attraction, right? So same principle. So energetically, our vibrations are going out there, and it's basically attracting in whatever vibrationary pattern you have inside your physiology, your chakra system, emotional, mental, spiritual states. So it would make sense that you would want your vibration to remain high, right? Because therefore, in a higher state of vibration, you will attract those things to you that are of a higher vibratory nature, higher as in feeling more euphoric, feeling more love and compassion, and being more heavenly, as above, so below. So we want to be vibrating at the higher vibration of heaven, okay? And last week we talked about the law of correspondence, and that was all about as above, so below. So if you haven't listened to that video, I would highly recommend that you do is just go back and listen to that one, then listen to this one, and you'll understand what I'm saying. So then what we want to do is we want to keep our vibration patterns high as the vibration of the fifth dimension, of the unmanifest, the angels, the spirits, God, the divine, whatever you want to call it, the higher realm of the unseen. And that way we're attracting things in on a much faster rate of time and space that is not limited by physical matter, which is more dense, heavy, and takes a longer duration and time to manifest in. It has to be produced, okay? So if you keep your vibe high, as they say, and unseen vibratory level up to the unmanifest, you will be able to manifest those things like that. So that's when miracles occur, okay? That's when spontaneous healings occur. That's what we call transmutation, It first goes transition, transformation, and then transmutation, and then we start the process over again. So transmutation is all about spontaneous manifesting. Like, I think the thought and it's there in front of me, okay? So on a vibratory level, that's what we want. We want to be manifesting at a high vibratory level. And keeping our vibe high and going through our day-to-day life will help us to manifest in those higher vibratory things that we want, okay? So when we get into trouble is when we go to the lower emotions, the first chakra, the tribe, the finances, everything from the 3D world of matter, the five senses. And when we are in the five senses, we are going to manifest at a much slower rate because it's much more dense, it takes more time, and the universe has to work twice as hard to manifest into form. So faith, for instance, is a high vibe emotion because you can't see it, but you know that faith exists because when you have faith, things just automatically show up. When you're meditating and praying, you're manifesting in a much higher vibe rate to allow the divine to bring in those things that we want to be on a higher vibe level. And there is a book, I wanted to share this book with you tonight because this is a book, it's called Power versus Force by David Hawkins, MD, PhD, he is a doctor. And in this book, it does say there is a map of consciousness, and I oftentimes will refer to this when I am working with a client and I am looking up what emotions that they're exhibiting, and then it has a chart of what vibration what is it vibrating at. Okay, so the highest emotion would be peace. Excuse me. The highest is enlightenment at 700 to 1,000. Let's say, I think it's megahertz or something like that. But peace is at 600. Joy is at 540. Love is at 500. Reason is at 400. Acceptance is at 350. Willingness is 310. Neutrality is 250. Courage is 200. Pride is 175. Anger, 150. Desire, 125. Fear, 100. Grief, 75. Apathy, 50. Guilt is 30. And shame is at 20. So we go from shame all the way up to enlightenment on the scale of, where do you want to be on that scale is what it boils right down to, and how do you want to, what kind of states do you want to keep yourself at? Now, what's interesting is if you find you're at fear 100, all you need to do is raise your vibration up to desire or anger in order to increase your vibration, increase the flow, and help you to get over that fear. So a lot of times people will be in anger and they will be able to overcome grief that way, because grief vibrates at 75. But if you can get to anger about the grief, you're actually vibrating higher, okay? You're getting over the grief. Same thing with fear. You'd be vibrating at 100. If you can go to anger, which we would think would be less, right? But it's not. You're actually feeling and releasing. But then if you go to courage and pride, which we oftentimes we equate pride with ego, you're actually vibrating higher than anger. Courage, of course, is going to be higher. That's at 200. But if we go higher than that and we become willing to change with willingness, we vibrate at 310. And then if we go to acceptance, after that, we vibrate at 320. Then if we go to reason, we vibrate at 400. And then if we go to love, we vibrate at 500. So if you are in anger at 150 and you decide to love instead of be at anger, then you are jumping on the scale of vibratory levels from 150 to 500. Just like that. Bam. So a lot of times it's just a question of realizing where we are on the scale of the frequency to increase our vibration higher, and then it cancels out the lower vibration energies. Because if we have fear at 100, we're going to attract more fearful things to us, right? But if we can raise it to 500 to love, then we can attract more love to us. And where would you rather be? Attracting love or attracting fear? So that's really how the law of vibration works. And to be in joy is 540. So it would make sense to be in joy as much as you possibly can, to play and do the things we enjoy, to bring yourself joy in relationships, joy in your job, joy in your day-to-day life increases your vibration by 540 over love. And then you will attract more joy to you. So it doesn't have to be all apathy, fear, all those lower emotions, even desire. If you desire something, you're telling the universe you don't have it, and then the universe gives you more of what you don't have. So desire is not a good place to be, but to be in enlightenment, peace, joy, love, reason, acceptance, willingness, and be neutral. 250. Being neutral about a situation and just being neutral about a situation, detaching from it, stepping outside of the emotion, just being neutral will oftentimes help you just get out of those lower vibrations. So it's a very interesting concept, and I think once you start to realize how much control you do have over what you bring into your life, then you begin to make changes from the inside instead of looking to the external world to give you those things, when all you have to do is shift on the inside and those things will start to show up because you're vibrating at that high vibration. And also we look at music is a high vibe. Music is also good to raise your vibration because it vibrates at such a high level. So music, or sometimes we'll use sound and bells and the singing bowls and things like that to increase the vibration. Sometimes we use even like essential oils will increase your vibration because the smell is bringing you into a higher vibe sense. So there's incense, there's praying, meditating is also good to bring you up into a high vibration as well. So the next time you are in those lower vibrations, think about that. Think about what you will attract if you continue to stay in those low vibrations. Work through it. I mean, I'm not telling you not to feel, because we all have those lower vibration feelings that come up. We're human. We're a spiritual being having a human experience. But if we remember those principles of vibration, then we can quickly move through it, because we are being conscious now of those vibratory levels that we're bringing into our energy field. Everything manifests in the energy field around us before it manifests into our physical form. Like I said, it's more dense and it takes longer periods of time. That's why illness doesn't manifest in the physical body until it's been in the energy body for quite a while. So, something to think about. That's our third Hermetic principle, and a very important one at that. So, I'm not going to spend a lot of time more. I think I pretty much covered the vibration principle, and if you have any questions, please go ahead and email me at myspiritualsanctuaryinfo@gmail.com. If you need any life coaching or spiritual guidance, or if you'd like to get an astrology session, a tarot card reading, or a Feng Shui consult, then go ahead and email me and we'll get you in my schedule right away, okay? So it's been a pleasure and a joy working with you guys tonight. And thank you so much for coming and supporting the channel. It means so much to me to share this information. It helps me as well as it helps you. So let's keep our vibe high this week, okay? Especially during Thanksgiving. That's your challenge. If you're getting together with family and, you know, you have that family member that, just kind of triggers you. So just remember your vibe. Keep your vibe high. Keep your vibe high and watch. Everything will change around you. Okay, so that's your little tip. So have a wonderful Thanksgiving, my friends. I'll see you next Monday, and then we'll move on to the Hermetic Principle number 4. Okay, until we meet again, namaste, my friends.